Hi everyone, this is a how-to video for the Imagine Future Ed competition, activity number 2, What's Changing in Learning, part 2. We've already read about 5 trends that are already happening today. But because this is a competition about the future, we need to think about what might happen next. To do that, we'll use a tool called a futures wheel. A futures wheel is a big mind map. It's a creative activity that's meant to generate a lot of different ideas about possibilities for the future. First, you'll need a large piece of paper and markers. You'll also need to choose one of the 5 trends from What's Changing in Learning Part 1. I chose the only constant is change, so I wrote that here in the middle. As a reminder, the only constant is change is about how quickly things are changing around us. The environment, technology, social issues, they all feel like they're changing so quickly that it makes it hard for us to know what to do next, which could have big impacts on how and why people learn in the future. So to start my futures wheel, I need to ask myself, if this is happening now, what might happen next? What might this trend lead to? So now that I have my trend, I now need to think about what might be the effects of that trend. So I thought of 4 things that might happen next. 2 of them are more directly related to school and learning. So for example, we might add meditation breaks to every school to help students deal with all the change that's happening around them. Or we might start a new class called Making Sense of Change. Other effects that I came up with weren't directly related to education, but certainly would affect how people learn and why. So for example, communities might become displaced by continued sea level rise if our environment continues to be volatile. Or people might take a sabbatical or a break from work every 3 years to learn new skills as the job market changes so rapidly that people need to learn new things. These are just 4 of the possible effects that I could have written down. And what you'll notice, in addition to some being more directly related to school than others, is that some are more positive effects and others less so. That's good. We want as many ideas as we can at this point. Our next step is going to be to build on these to come up with even more effects of change. So we started with our original 4 effects, and now we want to keep going, asking what might happen after that, and after that. So if we look at our effect, meditation breaks in every school. One thing that might happen next after that is better academic achievement. Or we could see worse academic achievement. I don't know which one of those might happen, so I wrote them both down. Another effect of that might be that kids are calmer than their parents, which could lead young people to start counseling adults on how to navigate change. Down here with our effect that everyone takes a sabbatical every 3 years could lead to no one staying in a job for longer than 3 years, which could lead to loss of expertise in certain professions. You want to keep going, adding as many ideas as possible. The idea here is not to get it right or to predict what will happen, but to think about as many possibilities as you can. You'll have a chance to narrow them all down later. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can always email us at imaginefutureed@knowledgeworks.org if you have any questions about this or any other activities.